What tools have you found to be very useful for you?
Okay, for one of the tools I really love, especially when I'm outside, when I want to keep things, is an app called Evernote. Evernote helps you to take notes. You can take live recordings. You can also save all this on your phone, on the internet, and you can have access to it wherever you are.
Yeah. So, beside Evernote, what other tools there? Because I know that recently Apple celebrated 1 billion downloads from their store.
Where do I?
So, just a few of them from specific industry, maybe finance, maybe health. Just a few that can really help people listening.
Before I even go to finance and health, I think there's one that really also comes to mind. Sometimes you are reading, you're on Facebook, you're on Twitter, there are links to other sites, but you're on the move, you don't want to read it just immediately. There's this beautiful app called Pocket. What it helps you do is it helps you save all these web links, all these websites, to read them a little later. That's one productive app. And the cool thing about it is that you can now go back, probably you're in a car, you're in traffic, and go through all these apps you've used. Another really good app, especially in the line of finance, in terms of keeping track of your expenses, is called Expensify. It helps you track your expenses. You can categorize it, you know the time, the place, and what you spent money on. But the thing you need to take consideration of is, at the end of the day, it's what you put in that you get out. So with technology, some people say rubbish in, rubbish out. So you need to be careful how you use it, and you have to use it properly. Another really good one, which I recently found out, it's actually for businesses. It's called Rescue Time. So, you have that situation where you have a business, you are a little worried. Your business needs internet, but you're worried that your employees won't be doing the right thing on the net. Rescue Time helps you to sort of intuitively monitor what people are doing on the internet. You're not trying to be Big Brother or anything, but it also helps your business.
Well, I know that despite the availability of these tools, one of the other challenges that people often have is having to deal with distraction. So there's Facebook, there's Twitter, there's all sorts of emails coming in, and then one has to be productive. How do you manage all this?
The individual also has to be mindful of what they are doing. That tool I just mentioned, Rescue Time, helps. There are also some web filtering applications, but I don't want to go too techy on you on the show. But there are a lot of web filtering applications that help you monitor what you're doing, helps you limit what your words or your staff are doing on the internet.
But talking about web filtering applications, now, are you for or against this situation where a company doesn't want to allow the staffs to use certain websites and applications because the staffs might get carried away? So, and they install those web filtering applications. Are you for that or against that?
I'm both ways. I can understand why management and companies might want to restrict access. It's understandable. But in the world we live to, I think it's actually more negative than positive to them. There are a lot of things you learn on the internet, and because things happen in a split second today, you want to be on top of your game. And your employees being on the net helps you do that. So, you know what? At the end of the day, I think it has to do with your company culture. It goes beyond just restricting. At the end of the day, if you open it up and they genuinely are involved and love your company, they will use the time properly, But I'm against it. I'm more against it, but I can understand why management do that.
Okay, so in your own case, in your own company, you would allow your staff to really enjoy that?
Yeah, I'll leave it open.
Okay, so one other thing we should look at that is very critical is measurement. How do we measure? Because you're using this particular app, and then, so how do you measure if the app is actually delivering what it says it will deliver in terms of helping you to stay more productive?
Okay, so there are three things we're looking at. Time, cost, and probably convenience. With time, so for instance, you have a meeting You don't want to spend so much time in traffic. There are many applications out there that allow you to save that time. You can't defeat the face-to-face experience of a meeting like we are here, yeah? But sometimes you really can't afford to go there, especially if you are dealing with global partners. There are lovely tools that allow you to really cut down the time that you would have spent maybe in traffic or so. So the likes of Skype, the likes of WebEx, even some really cool applications that we use, some IMs already do that. So WeChat, I believe BlackBerry also allows you to do some parts of that. So I think that helps. Another thing is cost. In line with time, you don't want to spend money moving, flying, everything. Skype is free. Many of these tools are free, so it cuts down. Then finally, convenience. Well, I like convenience. That one of the apps that have really blown my mind away recently is Uber. Uber is that car ordering service. And there's another Easy Taxi here in Lagos as well. So basically, you don't need to be on the streets hailing a taxi. You can sit down in your office or your home, order a cab, and in real time, you know where they are coming, you know the time they're going to get to you. And when they've reached your doorstep, you go out. It's convenient. It's very easy, and that's where technology comes to play.
Well, but many will argue that certain kinds of apps don't fit in. It might fit in for someone like you because you travel a lot. So let's say I am a trader. Are these apps going to be very effective for me?
At the end of the day, it's like marketing, you need to identify your market. So we're saying apps because we're talking at that level. But for those guys who are using feature phones, I assure you, SMS is the most basic form of an app. The SMS service is the most basic form of an app. So we've got services that farmers are using currently, SMS, so that they know the weather. They have information on what fertilizers to use for what crops.
And that's actually a form of productivity.
It is productivity.
Yeah, true.
Whether you are receiving it as SMS, which is the most basic, or is an app, or is on the internet, it is productivity.
And the good thing to note is that smartphones are actually catching up with feature phones.
I'm so happy. This is the most exciting time in technology as far as I'm concerned. So Moore's law literally has taken effect, whereby over time, products become smaller and cheaper. So you've got the likes of, can I mention names, Techno, and a lot of other manufacturers coming into. I'm bringing.
And the Chinese are coming with different kinds of phones.
The Chinese are incredible.
That are very affordable.
I'm very excited about what's going to happen. See, it's going to explode, and Nigeria is such a beautiful market, and we're such intuitive people that we get on these platforms very easily.
And from what I know, the only countries that pay so much to buy a smartphone in cash.
Yeah.
As we begin to round off the show, one final word to the audience.
You know what? Technology, don't be afraid of technology. It's not a myth. It's just here to help, So take your time, take one app at a time, and make your life easier.
Wow. Thank you so much for coming to the show.
Thank you very much.
All right, we'll be right back after the short break. Don't go anywhere.
Everyone has a role to play in the development of an economy, so there is a need to understand news and information from the business world. Business Incorporated brings to you a platform that connects with the issues and personalities and explains the news and developments in the financial markets.
We should stop being a country that is importing. We should be export-dependent economy.
We not only bring you the story, but take you through the reasons for the story.
The policy direction of inflation, exchange rate, and interest rate must be seen also in enhancing the quality of life of Nigerians and promoting employment generation.
Join me as we make sense of issues with insights from all sectors of the economy. Watch Business Incorporated every Friday only on Channels Television.
Before we bring the show to a close, let me provide you with some practical solutions to common tech issues. The first one I have here says, my email account has been hacked. What do I do? The first thing you should do is to change your password. Not just any password, but a strong alphanumeric password. and also ensure that your security question and answer is intact. Finally, avoid using public computers, because if there's a keylogger installed on any of them, then what you do on that computer can easily be harvested. The second question says, do I have to buy any new device? Well, the answer is a big no. Device manufacturers usually sell you the idea that the new device is the next big thing, which is not exactly the truth. Most times what you get is a slight upgrade. So my advice to you is buy only if you can afford it, but ensure you make the most of the one you currently have. Send your questions or comments to techtrends@channelstv.com or via social media as displayed on your screen. That has been the show for this week. Join us same time next week for another interesting episode. Remember, you can only control something you know. You are either informed or you get left behind. My name is Chukwemeka Agbata, saying bye for now.